Yeah. So this is technique number 5. So technique number 5 is multiplication by 11. When I multiply any number with 11, I use this method. So what you can observe over here is the question itself will give you an answer. I have 2 6 over here. Straight away I'm supposed to write the 2 and then 6. And for the middle component, all I need to do is I just have to add these two components. So 2 plus 6 will give me 8. So answer is 286. So likewise, you can see when I multiply 72 with 11, the first digit and the last digit, I'm supposed to straight away write it down. So that is 7 and 2. And for in between component, I'm just supposed to add. So 7 plus 2 will give me 9. So the answer is 792. Now what I've done is I'm slightly increasing the difficulty level. I'm multiplying a 3-digit number with 11. That is 234 with 11. So what we do is the first digit and the last digit, I'm supposed to straight away write it down, right? Now for the next component, what I should do is I have to add it in pairs. So 2 plus 3 will give me 5. And for the next component, 3 plus 4 will give me 7. 3 plus 4 gives me 7. So my answer is 2574. Now I'm increasing the difficulty level wherein I'm taking a 4-digit number and I'm multiplying it with 11. So what I should do is the first digit and the last digit, I straight away write it down. That is 5 and then 1. Now I should add it in pairs. So 5 plus 3 will give me 8. 5 plus 3 gives me 8. Now for the next component, I'm supposed to add 3 plus 2. So 3 plus 2 will give me 5. Fine. And for the next component, what I should do is I should add 2 plus 1. So 2 plus 1 will give me 3. So 2 plus 1 is 3. So what I'm doing is I'm just adding it in pairs, and you can see that this technique is very, very easy, wherein when you're multiplying any number with 11, the first digit and the last digit will be intact, and then you add it in pairs in order to get the final answer. So the technique number 6 which I'm going to teach you today is division by 9. So in division by 9, what I do is when you take any number, when you're dividing it by 9, the first digit will actually give you the answer. And for the remainder, you just have to add these two digits, you'll get the remainder. So 2 plus 3 is 5. So what you can do is, the first step what you need to do is you just have to add these two digits and then write down the remainder. So 4 plus 3 is 7. 4 plus 3 is 7. Okay. And then the first digit will be your answer. So the answer is 4 and the remainder is 7. Now for the third problem, that is 842 divided by 9, as I told you, you first add all the digits and then write down the remainder. So 8 plus 4 plus 2 is 14. My remainder is 14. Now you have to be careful, because if your remainder is 9 or greater than 9, you can further divide it. Okay. Now here I have the remainder as 14. So do you agree that this remainder 14 can be divided by 9? So 14 by 9 will go one time and your remainder is 5. So it's very, very important. Please note, when you have a remainder as 9 or if it is greater than 9, you can further divide it by 9. So since I get 14 over here, I am dividing 14 by 9. 14 by 9 will go one time and the remainder is 5. Okay. Now what I should do is, for my answer, the first digit straight away I write it down, that is 8. Now for the second component, I am just supposed to add these two digits, that is 8 plus 4 will give me 12. 8 plus 4 gives me 12. Okay. See, when I am writing 12, please note, one which I wrote it down is pretty small because this will be a carry. So you have to write it in small because that will be a carry. So your answer is, this one is a carry. So 8 plus 1 will give you 92, and then it is not over yet because I have 1 and then the remainder as 5, which I'm supposed to include it over here. So it is 92 plus 1, that is you get 93, and your remainder is 5. So answer is 93 and your remainder is 5. So I'll give you a question, you know, which you can actually try it at home. 8, 9, 7, 6, 5. When you divide by 9, what would be your answer? You can probably, you know, try this and then let us know. I told you my name is Vijay and I come with an IIT Madras and IIM Kozhikode background. So there are two workshops, you know, which we are planning to conduct. The first one is the basic level workshop on speed maths, and the second one is the advanced level speed maths techniques. Now both these workshops are very, very important for any student you know, who have maths as their subject, and then at the same time it is also useful to for your preparation for maths Olympiad. And then even when it comes to IIT JEE or BITSAT exam, the students can do the calculations at the fastest possible time. So please remember that most of the competitive exams are a test of speed and then accuracy. And speed maths helps you because you can do any complex calculations at the fastest possible time. And other than, you know, these 4 exams, if you look at any competitive exams, even if you look at the groups level, if you look at the what is called the IAS and then the IPS level exams, you know, where you have maths, to any competitive exams, even say if you consider GMAT, these techniques are very, very effective and it is useful. So please contact the following numbers, and we are coming out with a workshop in April. There are 2 workshops which we are planning. So one workshop will be in English and the other workshop will be in Telugu. Both these workshops are, the focus is on the basic level workshop, and the workshop will be a one-day workshop which starts at 9 AM in the morning and it is till 6 PM in the evening, and we'll be conducting it in a star hotel. So it would include materials. We will also be giving you a certificate from our side. There will be a tea and a coffee break in the morning with cookies and then followed by lunch, and again in the evening there will be a break, you know, with tea and coffee followed by cookies. So looking forward to meet you all soon. Thank you.